It's cool that we got a tiny, tiny arcade, but I don't shrink down to that size. Hey, toy fans. So let's just say, going on the Mortal Kombat kick, because I have been on a craze lately, and I picked this thing up for cheap, and I was like, hey, you know, it's such a cool toy, and what I did is I got it on discount because the package was destroyed, and I said I really got to check this thing out. So, you know, I got the package, and I mean it looks downright awful, and it's not going to tell me anything about it. Instead, let me show you this. So we're not really going to look at the package as much as we are the teeny tiny console for my extraordinarily big hands. Huh. I wonder how this is going to work out. What do you say? Let's get into it. Now with this particular review, I'm actually skipping the package because my package is all destroyed and there's really nothing on it except for more pictures of what we get. There's no cross-sell art or anything else that really signifies anything special too much about the box, except for it's got a nice window packaging that if you did get this and want to display it in the package, you could. So I wanted to skip it and go directly into the actual arcade. And this is the mini arcade that we get. It's really nice, and I like the overall shape of it. It is a different shape than what we've gotten with other arcades in the past. Now this is going to be the new kind of setup for any of the fighting games that have more than the 4 buttons, or the 3 buttons that we traditionally had with some of the other games. Now with this one, we do have a power button and a volume, joystick start, and then 6 buttons that are block, high kick, high punch, low kick, and another block. So we end up getting 2 block buttons instead of having, you know, 1 block in the middle and then your punches on one side and kicks on the other. Now one thing to note is it is the Mortal Kombat game, so it's the first one that came out. And they had the same logo from the original Mortal Kombat game on the top. The dragons on the side, and kind of the layout of the board looks very reminiscent of the original game. But this time, instead of getting the original art on the outside, we're getting Scorpion, which is a very popular character, but we're getting him from Mortal Kombat 3. So, kind of weirded out by the fact that we got Mortal Kombat, but Mortal Kombat 3 art on the side. Now to play through, you just hit the start button, and much like any other game, you select, you find your fighter. One of my favorites, right? It'll scroll you down the list and show you all the fighters, much like the vintage game. It's a fun little piece, and it really harkens back to the original game. Now, one thing to keep in mind, there is no blood in this. And because it is really the 16-bit version of the Super Nintendo game, you can try to punch the code in, but nothing's going to happen. It'll kind of go to a screen saying the code will be there, and it'll disappear. So you can't actually punch in the code to get the blood unlock on here. Along with that, you also can't actually get the finishing moves to work. You can get the finishing moves to work, but what happens is the screen goes dark, and the character walks up and just upper punches them. And again, no blood, no falling off of the landings onto pikes, none of the gore that we originally had with Mortal Kombat and we loved is there. So that's a big thing to keep in mind. All in all, I think it is a beautiful looking game, and it's a fun little console. And it's one of those that I really do hope that eventually they're going to release other fighting games like maybe Killer Instinct, Street Fighter, Primal Rage, some of those that, you know, we got in the late 80s, early 90s that really defined going to the arcade, putting your quarter on the screen and battling out with others. I'm not even sure what to say about this. I love the fact that I've got a mini arcade, and actually I think I'd taken a picture and posted on Instagram, and I'll put it up. I'll put it up over here for you to see where I had I had Scorpion and my Mr. T custom playing, Mortal Kombat. And it just cracked me up because, I mean, they're kind of the size of this, though this console should be up higher. This is really meant for you to play in your hands. And my kid thinks it's hilarious. Now, things to keep in mind, it doesn't have blood at all, okay? So there's no blood in it. You can do the blood unlock code, nothing happens. Fatalities, you can actually do the fatalities and it'll go black and it'll say fatality and you just kind of uppercut them and that's it. Joystick's a little janky, so I've had trouble, like, when I get stressed. Well, whenever you get stressed out playing a game, you're not gonna get the controls right, but pretty much, like, sometimes I'll have trouble with the joystick, and those are just little things to keep in mind. Other than that, one thing that I noticed, all the stickers here, they're pretty good, but the stickers, like, right around here in the facing and even, like, my title sticker, this thing keeps peeling up, and I can't figure out how to get that just to stick back down, because I don't want to come up and lose it. The actual sticker here is pretty nice, but these and this, they worry me. I'm more afraid that they're going to peel up and get destroyed. I'm trying to still figure out why in the world they used was that Mortal Kombat 3 side art for a Mortal Kombat game, but it's forgivable. At least they got the title bar right. So, do I think it's cool? Yeah, I think it's cool. Did I have to get it? No, I didn't have to get it. I could have got the game on, a console and played it with an actual controller, but this is kind of one of those little gimmicky things that's fun. And I'll look out for others because there's a ton of these that are available that are all different games. But, if they make something like Killer Instinct, Primal Rage, I'll probably get those as well. Because, I like those fighting games. So, star-wise, I'm going to go for this one. I'm going to go 4 out of 5 on this. And the reason why is that I take it back. I'm going to go 3 out of 5. The speaker sound on it is off. It seems it doesn't work very well. Screen is great. Buttons are great. Joystick is a little wonky at times. The power button down here, sometimes I'll turn it off and it just resets so it doesn't click in all the way. So it's kind of strange on that. I love the design of it. I think it works. But some of the stickers, I really do feel like they're just going to come off. And they just don't seem as stable as I want them. And then the fact that we can't use the code for blood. We can't do fatalities, that sort of thing. Just kind of pulls a Mortal Kombat aspect out of it. And so I feel like 2 stars are going to be dropped because of that. Now, let's talk cost. If you saw the package, the beat up, poor, awful package, it was $14.90 is what I paid for. Okay, I got it at Walmart. These are showing up at Walmart. They're normally $19.96, so they're $20. So I paid pretty much retail for it. Retail's not too much. I would say that I've seen a few of these online that people have bought then tried to resell, and they're trying to go up in the $30 range. So getting it at $14, it's kind of on the bar for what you're normally going to pay, considering some of these that are not Mortal Kombat, but some of the older titles are $14.96. This one's $19.96. I got mine for $14.90. I'm going to give it, at my cost-wise, $2 for this. So it wasn't a steal. It was average. It's what I'm expecting to pay. So not like it's too expensive, but it's more expensive than I'm really wanting to pay for now. Because remember, I'm cheap. Really cheap. So, do I think it's fun? Yeah, I think I already said that. Might edit that out. I might not. So, that's all I can say about the console. I dig it. I think it's hysterical. You'll probably, if you see me on Instagram, you'll probably see me post this. And if I get other ones, I'll probably make some sort of arcade in here and have my action figures playing arcade. So might have like a Rock and Scorpion and Clamp Champ and He-Man, maybe Mr. T over here. Let's see, where's that Mr. T? Here he is. Mr. T. And I'll just have these guys together, and I'll probably post pictures of them at the arcade. Because why not? Alright. Well, that's all I have to say about this one. And remember, they're not dolls. They're action arcades. It's actually a handheld game. If you like what you see, be sure to hit that like button. Also, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'll have more of these toy videos coming to you soon. This episode of TRG was sponsored by Marvin Dog Media. To learn more about Marvin Dog Media, visit www.marvindogmedia.com.